Hola controles, bienvenidos a su podcast El After. El día de hoy tenemos un invitado muy especial. Esta entrevista es en inglés. Recuerden que puede ver con subtítulos en las plataformas de YouTube y Facebook. Y bueno, hoy tenemos a Sundose. Sundose, how are you, my friend?
Good, I'm good. Excited to be here. I'm good.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for accepting the invitation and
Sure.
taking some time here. Right now we're in Los Angeles.
Sure. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, no, thank you for accepting it. I know that you live far from here, but I really appreciate it. So we basically here, we talk about your history. You are a legend for PSYTRANCE, so...
Oh, thank you. I didn't know I'm a legend.
Oh, you have a lot of killer tracks. Like I told you, I play in the music remix in Brazil. And people, there's a community that they left full on, and they recognize the track, and they were singing like, "Ain't music, I found out for myself." Yeah, so you have pretty killer tracks. That's the most memorable for me because I made a remix like back ago, and I played in 2023, and people still love it. So tell us how you started into music.
Okay, well, my journey in PSYTRANCE started really early, like in 12, maybe I was the age of 12, and listening to my brother that listened to this new music that was very strange but really beautiful. It was like back in 93, and he was listening to that, and I was waiting for him to go out of the room so I can go in the room and listen to the music myself. Then I hooked up with Osher, ANANDOSE, and we started really to collect the music, like PSYTRANCE, Goa trance. It was Goa trance only, mainly Goa trance, like astral projection, hallucinogen, many old school trance. And then couple years later, we started playing with this old program called Fast Tracker and Impulse Tracker, which has like used to have like maybe 32 channels. We start releasing music for ghostwriting for a DJ, a well-known DJ back then in Israel, and this is how we started the trance. And then I stopped for a couple of years when I joined the army. After I joined the army, I thought that's it for me with the trance and all that. But then after the army, I went to traveling in Australia, went to a couple of parties, experimenting with some psychedelics and all that. And I was sitting like in a place, a very beautiful place, and start thinking about coming back to Israel, what I'm going to do. So when I thought about going to study something, and it was all black and didn't feel so well. But when I start thinking about making music and go back to play and all that, it was all beautiful, and in my head it was like, okay, this is what I'm going to go back to do. And when I went back, I think I bought with Osher some equipment. We were about to maybe do something together, but eventually we separated and we did, everyone went to a separate way, and I started Sundose with a friend of mine. Back then he had a studio, so I started working in his studio until I have enough money to buy my equipment. And then it took me a year maybe to learn how to make music in Cubase, because I didn't know how to work on Cubase. I used to work in other amateur programs like Fruity Loops back then, and Fast Tracker and stuff like that. So then my first release was a track called Psy Morocco. It was completely different from the style that kind of the Mexican knows. My tracks, it was more psychedelics, more spiritual stuff. And then the full-on was the genre that really controlled all the music back then. So I started doing that. And I remember one of my first was Melancholic and Rhythm of the Bass, and this was a track that really caught the ears for the crowd in Mexico mostly. Also in Europe, but mostly in Mexico and a little bit in Brazil. But this was the music that really hooked. And I think that journey was from maybe 2006 until 2010. Then I took a break for for studying degrees. I don't know why I did it, but I finished the degree and never did anything with them. Just study for nothing.
What was the degree that you studied?
Chemical and engineering.
Back in Israel?
Yeah, back in 2010, 11, something like that.
Yeah, because I remember that when I first met you, it was in Monterey. I think it was 2009, 2010.
29.
That's 29, yeah.
2009 or 8, I can't remember. I think this was maybe my first tour in Mexico. And actually that party maybe in Monterrey was the one that I remember more than any other parties, because it was so much fun. Even though it got crazy at the end, but it was so much fun, and we were like really crazy. It was with the Stas by Tribe, and we had so much fun, and laughing, drinking, and all that. It's a good memory for me.
Yeah, parties in Monterey, yeah, it's like everything they stopped, and now they're coming back. But yeah, I remember like that party with Stas. It was so killer. We had like a great time, and we played together, and it's when we asked you to make the aerobics for the music, and yeah, and okay, so then you go back to Israel. What part of Israel are you from?
South
Israel.
Yeah, South. I don't think the town will be known, but it's the same city as Ananda and Tribe. Same. It's called Kiryat Gat. Yeah, not so far from Beersheba, which is a lot of artists come from that town. But
Omer lives close to Beersheba.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here I love to have like I always appreciate and very thankful for all the Israel producers that, at least for me, beatcontrollers, they help me a lot, and I have a very good relationship. And when I went to Israel, like everyone was so killer. Like Moshe Inters is here receiving his house in Tel Aviv, and that White Noise. He lives near the desert, near the Dead Sea. I forget the name.
Arad.
He lives in Arad. And then I went with Omer, and we were close to Beersheba, and we went to the beach. I don't remember. It's very Ashkelon, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Ashkelon. We go to that beach, and they're just very supportive. And it's incredible that along of the years, I was talking again, like I want to go to Israel to go and make podcasts, and everybody was like, yeah, come, and for sure we want to have a great time. So yeah, I really appreciate Israel because all the people are so nice, and the food is so killer. I love the shawarmas and the falafel and the hummus.
Yeah, it's a great place. It's a great place. It's just it's a crazy place. On top of being great, it's a crazy place with the war and all that. And every year or two, there's something going on over there. I miss Israel a lot, but prefer living in a quiet place for my children, basically.
Yeah. I understand that you want stability.
And also, I'm very close to Mexico. Mexico was always my go-to country. Maybe it's the third country that I've been mostly like hanging around. It's called Israel, the US, and Mexico. And Mexico is like a spiritual connection for me, because it's always my go-to. Even in my honeymoon, when I used to live in Israel, there was no question, we're going to Mexico. No, we were in the Caribbean side, which I love this side. I was there 2 months ago in Old Bosch again. It's maybe my fourth time going to the Caribbean. Mexico it's really like I feel when I go to Mexico, I feel like I'm going home, like the second or third home that I have in the world. Really, it's the food, it's the culture. It's like sometimes I think maybe I have like an old ancestor from Mexico, maybe from the Maya or something.
Yeah, maybe there are a lot of artists that they like Mexico. Yeah, I think that from Latin America itself, people is very nice, and I think you feel like very.
Yeah, you feel the vibration.
You feel the vibration, very supportive, and it's all good vibes. And welcome my friend, eat some taco with me, and yeah.
Yeah. Also, the fans are really outgoing. I mean, I think it mostly in Mexico and Brazil that they are like really want to give you love, want to be with you. It's not everywhere in the world. It's mostly Mexico and Brazil, but for me it's mostly Mexico 'cause I haven't played in Brazil. I played maybe 2 times, but it was a long time ago, and Mexico was always the place that I played mostly.
Yeah, the Mexico people is very supportive, and yeah, I love to play in Mexico and Brazil. Also, the people are so killer, and the food.
Yeah,
Latin America. But Michael present in Israel, even though it's in Europe, or people, it's really also they happy to see you.
Yeah, of course.
So it was great. So going back a little bit into history, so you stopped music, you studied the engineering degree, and then what happened next?
And then during that time, I started coming back, releasing music. I did a lot of music, and every now and then I had some gigs. I opened like a project with the Omiki. For 2 years we were with this project called Indianics. So it was more progressive trance for me for back then, up until...
You guys when Omiki was analyzer? Or?
No, it was Omiki and I was Avshi doing progressive, and then we opened the Indianics for maybe it was 2 or 3 years together, and we played mostly in Europe, Switzerland, Germany, places like that. It was really kind of different music for me because it was psytrance, but a lot of vocals and a lot of percussions. It was different. It wasn't like full on or anything like that. And then when I moved back here, I started doing some combination of full on and progressive together, because back then we used to run on 140 BPM, so I started to feel like I need a little bit more, going up to 143, so it will be closer to full on, but not exactly full on. And also I have the base of the psytrance, progressive trance. You can do like triplets and all that. So it's funny that I did like almost from 2008 until now, I have like maybe 8 or 9 releases, which I really love that music, but it's different from what I used to do. And I don't think many people know that music. So when I play it on Mexico, I do a combination of the old full on and that music, and everybody is having fun with that music. But when I start playing the old full on, it was like different party. Hopefully the next month I'm gonna release all together with the one album, and maybe start marketing better than I used to, and people will get that music to their ears. Maybe if they listen to it more in parties, they will know the music.
Yeah. I think that the marketing back in the old days, it was okay, give it to DJs, you can still do that, but there was a lot of blogs and everything. And right now I think social media, like but for example, if you launch a track, it's easier that you tell me and I can share my stories, and then you can be in a radio program that people still like to listen in Brazil and in Mexico, and also give it to DJs. Because right now we don't have the blogs, we have some Facebook pages, but that doesn't guarantee that you're going to be big. And try to be like in some playlist in Spotify so people can back. But I'm pretty sure that if you are launching the music and you give it to me, and I talk to all the DJs that have been in this program, like, hey, because they love also to play full on. In a lot of parties I play like some commercial remixes and original music, but depending on the vibe, sometimes I change and I play full on, and people are like crazy. And I think that full on is coming back.
I think so too. I think the full on was the golden time in Mexico for the psytrance parties, and also was a piece of time in music, in psytrance genre. Because even if I start making that old full on right now, it's not gonna sound the same. It was something that was captured for that time. Now it's gonna sound different. Everything is different, And also today there's so much music going outside released, so sometimes too much music, it's like you lose a lot of that, because there's so many tracks released, so you don't know where to start listening. And back then it was like unique. You release a track, or even if it was unreleased, everybody plays it and know the track. It's different today. So much you have to do. If you're releasing something, it's gotta be something really good, because there's so many good tracks outside. It's different.
Yeah, I think it's different, but there are also like some big channels, like the way through. Like at this moment, I can tell you, like, it's good to launch with these labels, with this playlist, with this YouTube channel, with this.
Yeah,
and also give it to DJs. Like I can tell you, Full On stop and PSYTRANCE parties stopped a lot, and the demand was like not as big as before. But now I see that they're coming back, and I can tell you, yeah, for sure. When you launch a track and you tell me, hey, class, this is my new track, I know like where to. I know the DJs right now, like, hey, give it, and you can be back, and I'm sure that a lot of people remembers your name and like, hey, right now it's good, but maybe you're not so active. Maybe what social media you use right now?
Mostly Instagram. Instagram, a little bit of Facebook, but marketing for me was always the side that I didn't invest too much on that. You want to sit down and make music and not dealing with that. But today it's a necessary aspect you have to do.
Yeah, so people can know you. Sometimes I talk to my close friends. It's like it's very complex. Just as an example, Monday to Sunday, Monday to Friday, I upload clips from the podcast, like one daily.
Oh.
And then Saturday is like real, like playing the guitar, like I show you what I do. And Sunday, the one podcast, like full podcast.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of content that I need to do besides creating music, editing the podcast and the videos and everything. So yeah, you need to be present, because I stop maybe a week, it's like I can do nothing anymore. And I try to launch a track every 2 months, like with beatcontrollers, like every 2 months. Okay, right now I have
it's like a full-time job to do all that. It's very hard. It's very hard, especially if you have another business. For me, I have another business and children, and we have only 24 hours a day. There's so much you can do.
Yeah, I try to automate, like the podcast I edited myself, the sequencing. We have 2 cameras, and the changes I do it myself, because they're AI programs, but they have an algorithm that the side that speaks more than 5 seconds, it changes. But when I watch like the rules for the podcast and for the audience, it's like if somebody is sitting in the front of us, in case like you see something or they change, and that naturality cannot be AI right now. So I prefer to do the switching myself. So because sometimes you can laugh and you make something, and since I'm watching the 2 cameras, I want to the people that see it, like enjoys that he's like here. I can be so easy and pay $10 a month and patch. It's a plugin from Premiere and do it all myself. But I like to do and also it helped me too, since I have so much content, to revive the interview and some key points, and it helped me with the clips and everything.
You control on everything, for sure.
Yeah, maybe the clips I do it more automated, and also play the guitar. It helps me a lot. There are good results, because sometimes one clip gets more viral than the other. Like what I was telling you, I do it because I really like it. It's like my Saturday, like to improvise and do my stress relief and everything. And some clips go very viral. Like I the one that I did for Infected for I Wish with Rafaelo and from Brazil. He posted in collaboration on Instagram, and I get a lot of comments and new followers from Brazil, and it was like killer.
Wow.
And then on this week, Infected post it in their Instagram and then their TikTok, so they say, wow, it's worth it, because and they already know me, but now their audience is like, who's this guy that's doing that stuff? And then when they go into my channel, they see that I have the podcast, I have the music, that I have the videos.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
good
so,
exposure.
So it's complicated, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. You know, it's when you do only that and it's a full-time job, then for sure it's worth it. For me, I think now in my life it's like a part-time, which I'm hoping it will be more than part-time, but not something that I build my life around it, you know. Because I think it was for me, it was great back in the 20s when I was, you know, between 20 to 30. It was fun going to parties, DJ, enjoy everything, you know, get drunk, get playful and all that. But right now, when I go to play, it's usually kind of feel like you're going to do your passion, but you know, after we're done, okay, we have to go back. I have children, I have work to do, I have stuff. It's so much different than it used to. I mean, when I used to more, you know, into that trance, also going myself to festivals and PSYTRANCE parties, not only to play but to be part of it. I used to go play wherever. I didn't even talk about money or anything like that. Let's talk about money after. It was pure passion. And right now it's so much different, because I go to play and I have this passion to play and everything, but it's also, you know, I'm 42 right now, so I start thinking about the details. Am I going to sleep? Am I going to, you know, all that. Back then it wasn't even something that I cared about. I just wanted to play.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's complex, because we always play like at night or in the morning, very early in the morning.
Yeah.
And yeah, before we have more energy, like, yeah, you're playing at 6. At what time you want to arrive? Yeah, at 10. And you can have like all the balagan of the party and everything, and then you play and you keep the after, and then you go back and you sleep a little bit and you continue. Yeah, right now it's more complex. We have more responsibilities. But I think that nothing replaces the vibe and the party.
Sure, once you get there, you forget everything. That's mainly the reason we're going. We just want to forget the everyday life and have fun, be present.
Yeah, I think that nothing replaces that sensation. That it's our payroll, like going to the stage and play our tracks and see the people dancing and say, okay, everything was worth it. Maybe I will not sleep that much. And traveling is tired, and yeah, one travel a day, a week, it's okay. But when you're traveling like constantly, like every week, you get tired.
I'm sure that the artist who does that get tired eventually, but it's part of the job. You know.
Yeah, it's a great job, but it's still a job.
It's a great job. It's a great job, especially if you are if you don't have children and family. It's easier, you know, and like, you know, wife and all that. So you go every weekend and you have fun. You get paid for that. You know, it's perfect. But when you have children and all that, it's starting to get to be really difficult. Especially if it's a long ride, sometimes you go to 2 weeks or something like that, then for sure. I never done it. I was going to short weekend and go back. But whoever does this deserve a medal, for sure. And the next party will be in March in Puerto Vallarta. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think it's a Music Vision. I think that's their production.
Yeah, I haven't seen any promo right now, but
yeah.
You know who's going to play beside you?
I think Sundose maybe, and forgot the lineup. Me, maybe ANANDOSE. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know yet the whole story. I'm gonna play Sundose and ANANDOSE as well. So I'm gonna do like 2 hours of music.
Wow, killer! Yeah, I remember the playing ANANDOSE. It was.
Yeah, I like this project, but also some of the tracks I'm seeing it today. It's not something that I, you know, I like to make it shorter and change some stuff and not leave it the way it was.
Yeah. Right now, people they don't like 10-minute tracks.
Yeah, not anymore. They want They were the
like
main
3
part.
minutes and change it. 3 minutes and change. Yeah, like a TikTok. We just like change it.
Just like
change it,
TikTok.
change it. Yeah. So right now, when like I remember back in the old days, you can make a 1 hour live. And
Yeah, with only 6 tracks, maybe 8 tracks.
Yeah. And right now I use 25, 50 tracks for 1 hour.
For sure.
Yeah, I need to change a lot. And
Yeah, you have to. It's exactly like story. Like, you know, it's changing. I don't have time. I wanna feel. I want a dopamine rush again and again. That's the world we live in.
Yeah. It was fun. Yeah, I remember you can make a live with 6 tracks, and no, you need a lot of tracks. Yeah, and I keep like downloading and DJ sending me, and yeah, because I always need more tracks. You want music? Yeah, for sure, because I need sometimes like to fill some space. Or sometimes the DJ doesn't arrive, or hey, play another one, and you need to be like constantly making and putting new music. But I know those. I remember that project was killer. And what was why Sundose?
Sundose is it's a name. I don't know if you know that the company that Dr. Hoffman used to work.
No.
And invented the LSD was called Sundose, but it was Sundose with an A in the middle, not sun like the sun.
Like sand from the beach.
Like Sundose, SANDOSE. So I changed it to Sundose with the sun.
Oh.
But that was my inspiration for the name from that company.
Oh, I didn't know that Dr. Hoffman. Yeah, I know that he made it, but then he would do the experimentation and everything and the testing with the mathematics when they try and they were like very smart.
Yeah, so it was there in that company. So
Yeah.
I took the name and changed it a little bit.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was like I used to look for samples, like to sample some word or a sentence from somewhere, a doco or anything. So I saw the entire doco about Dr. Hoffman and whatever happened, and he said, also the commentator said something about the company that he used to work, Sundose, and I said, wow, that's a really cool name. Maybe I'll take that name and change it a little bit. Yeah, so that was the name. And my music in the beginning was all about psychedelics. That was my thing back then, and it changed a little bit to fit to the market, which is a step that I don't know if it was a good step for me when I changed my style to be more, on the market. Because I think if I'll stay loyal to my art, it would have been a different outcome, probably. So right now, when I make the music, the tracks that I'm doing right now, it's 100% my art, and I don't care what's going on in the market. This is what I like to do. This is what I like to add in my music, and I'm in a time that I'm doing a lot of spiritual journeys, ceremonies, ayahuasca, all these things. So I keep bringing that world into the music, to my music right now. So the last track that I'm releasing, called Divine Tree, which is I sampled like shamanic voices, and also like spiritual sample that talks about life and the deepness of life and all that. So it's going to be released in Yono next month. It's called Divine Tree, and I hope the audience gonna love it.
Sure, I want to share it for sure. We love the fan base. I always talk to everybody like beatcontrollers, besides the music is more a channel now, so I like to share and everything. And if I can pull guitar in it, for sure I will do a reel. If it has like that melodic style, for sure.
Yeah, it's melodic, but it's not the way it used to be. It's a lot of. I'm mainly thinking about, when I'm thinking about the stage of the crowd and on the dance floor. So my thought is not just to dance. I mean, I feel like PSYTRANCE was always not only dancing. It want to take you into a deeper frequency, to a higher vibration. and not just in dancing, because it's dancing, it's meditation, it's a prayer, not just dancing. So when I'm creating the music, I'm thinking about that part that you're gonna go into this kind of trance state. So it's different than the old full-on that I used to do, which was always melody and another melody and main melody. So it's different. It's more deep. And yeah, that's me. That's what I like.
Yeah, and I recall that your music is that because I think that Goa started like more for meditation, like some voices and mantras and everything. Then it went the trance and then the psytrance and then full on that it had like the best of both worlds. Like you have like all the full power, but you also have like the long pads and intro, and you have like a drop and everything was settled down and you like dance. And then right now I think it's like just kick and bass and some
a lot of clean kick and bass.
You never saw that before. If you send that, it was like, okay, this is the bass, but what else? What is that? The history, the sense of the track. And but I think the people now they want that again, like all the melodies and all the adapt with like full on like kick and bass that's so like punchy and strength, but also add like some history or voice of the track, not just like everybody can do a kick and bass and some killer.
Today all the you have all those folders that you already got good kicks and good bass, and you can just combine them together. But thinking about a good story for the track, that's the hard part. I mean, to tell a story, not just to do kick and bass in every other beat, it's different.
So you're going to try to launch music like more often? You're launching it?
I'm more into it right now. I have one release soon, and I'm working on another 2 tracks that I want to release. And after that, I hope I'm gonna do more. I'm keep bringing ideas from the plant medicine kind of music. I'm bringing it into psytrance. So that's the main thing that I want to do. Bring more shamanic voices, or not even shamanic, just ideas from that world. That's the world that I'm living right now. So it's very influential for me.
Yeah, that's good. I got the experience from ayahuasca one time, and it was very good. Like connect yourself. It's what I've been talking with some people about the importance of the meditation, because you always like connected to the world. You wake up, your cell phone, you do your job, whatever it is, and you go to the family. But it's very complex that sometimes we take like time for us, like make a meditation, like rest and think about others. It's something you think, go sleep early and I sleep so well, but at what time you make like meditation, like how do you feel in you? Because nobody, if I ask you, how are you? You'll say, I'm doing great, like I'm playing and everything, but sometimes internally it's like, I would want to, I don't know, I always wanted to go to this place, or I always want to go to that place, but you never, like, it's very complex that people right now, because it's so rushed, and so you're bombarded with a lot of stuff like social media and offers and things and noise and everything.
Our mind is always preoccupied with something else. I think the worst thing for humanity today is that they are not present. It's either your mind is in work or in the phone or in, to find presence, real presence, and just enjoy what you have right now and not thinking about tomorrow or yesterday. That's really hard to do. So I think psytrance, that's the way to go if you want to be present and really feel your body or your emotions. That's one of the main spaces that you can do it. People go to psytrance, they are in there for 8 hours, mostly forgetting about everything and just being present, enjoy the moment.
It have been a lot of years for the race parties and like Goa and everything, and I really enjoy it. Sometimes I go when I go to attend, I really like enjoy and feel the vibe. If I see that the track is like only kick and bass and balaganas and I have like that kind of music, but there are some proposals that they keep like the pads and the melodies and the deep melodies, and you see like the composition, like who's like the guy was not just an AI or something else. He really like thought about the composition of the transition of the notes and everything. You felt, oh, that's good, and you enjoy and you dance with it, and you're like, that's great.
Yeah.
And I love to hear like some paths and mantras and do some meditation. It helped me a lot, like to settle down myself, because right now it's like, yeah, I need to do this, and tomorrow I need to do that, and after tomorrow I need to do that. So yeah, that's great that you're going back and keep that proposal, and people appreciate that, like, okay, you're doing something different, like.
Yeah. I think I cannot say anything about, I don't like complimenting myself or for my music, but I always zoom out from my music and listen to it, and I'm, trying to be objective, and I think, I'm zooming out and I'm thinking, wow, it's really good music. The only problem is the exposure. I don't think it is going to many ears, not too many people really had a chance to listen to it, or they prefer to listen to the old ones and not trying the new ones, which is pretty common. A lot of artists, not just in Psytrance, they go in to perform and everybody waits for that song that everybody knows, but they rather play the new songs, So I'm saying basically give a chance to something new, and open your ears and heart to listen to new tracks, to new styles, not just the ones that you are comfortable with.
Yeah, no, and I think there's a lot of audience, and there are people that really like to hear new propositions. Like I told you, there are a lot of channels that I can share to you that there's people that really likes the silence genre of music, and they're open and they like to play it. And for example, if you launch this track and you give it to, you keep talking with who from the old school, like ANANDOSE. Who else?
ANANDOSE Osher is one of my best friends. We grew up together. I'm still I'm talking with Omer every once in a while. I haven't spoke a lot with let's say Ella Aquatica a long time ago, but I'm not in touch with too many of them. Actually, everyone is in a place that they want to keep doing music, but they are more into that, family and working and all that. But I'm hoping all these guys gonna come back, and because I'm sure like history is coming back all the time. People enjoy the present of music right now, and then start missing the old ones, So I think it's a good time to come back.
Yeah. Last month, the right now is February. In January was Interseas, On the Beat, Elada Aquatica, Domatic. I made a podcast with Omri, and I was so excited that he's coming back. And I talked to Omer like every week, like, hey, how are you and everything. And since he stopped also a lot of time, and then he went back, and then he started like playing, and he went to my house, and we made the podcast together, and now he's playing again, and he went to Brazil and everything. Yeah, and there is a scene for Full One and for the whole year. So right now this year, I say I'm incredible, because I'm amazed, because there are a lot of parties. When you see the lineup, you go back like 2010.
Back in time.
So I'm glad that people is are asking that again. So I think this is your time again, like go to Puerto Vallarta and go back to Monterrey and go back to Mexico City.
I love that.
I think that this track can help you a lot, like seeing people going to see you back, and like I talk to all the guys that are in the pod. I can talk to Bonen and to Omri and to Moshe and like, hey, here's the track for Sundose, like playing your sets, and I want to make the reel, and
can do that, for sure. It's just different kind of vibe, Some tracks you need a special time to put them in your set because it's different. But of course, you know, when you listen to the music, I don't know if you had a chance to listen to it yet.
This track, the new track, no. When you send me the folder, I downloaded and I listened to 2-3 tracks because I like to listening like not in the car. I like to listen like in my studio. Yeah, because I listen to a lot of music like every day in the car or in the gym. But when they share me like a track, I like the full experience, like going to my studio and put like the music and hear it, not just like to accompany my track.
Yeah, that's also something we stopped doing in a way. You know, we used to really sit and listen to music. Right now it's like you're driving somewhere, so you put music. You're not really stopping and listening to it.
Yeah. When they share me music, I really told them like I want to listen like good. Yeah, because I can put it in the gym when I'm running or in the car or when I go to hiking and everything. Yeah, and you listen it, but no, listen like fully. Like I really like when Omri send me the new tracks. I separate like time, like after dinner, like I have my dinner and everything, and I went to my studio. I have like a big sofa like that on the bottom, besides that, like the seats and everything, and I see it like with my sparkling water and listen to that track like
amazing. That's great.
Yeah, like listen, because I sometimes like tell me what you think, and I understand that sometimes people want the feedback like immediately. Yeah, and I can put it on the cell phone, and I have the earpods, and I can listen. Yeah, sure. But when I like to give like good feedback, like listen the track like it's meant to be, like not just like it sounds killer.
And really listen to it, like the details. That's great.
So next week I'm going back to my city. Yeah, I'm going to listen like your track, and I can tell you that I can put guitar to this track, because maybe you put a synth or a pad or some saps, like they're like granulated, that it goes outside the main note and everything. It sounds good, but if I put the guitar inside, it will sound like
you'll find something to do with those tracks. For sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, and when I told some friends, maybe when they're listening, it's already out. I have some friend Satura. He's making like a full-on Never Dies like radio program like every week, and he's like picking sets for everything. He told me, "Do you think that Avshi is going to share his music?" I said, "Yeah, for sure." So so you can.
Music is meant for sharing. You know, it's no point of keeping it.
Yeah, so after the podcast, you can like share my music. We can make. He will do a set, and he will put it in his program, the online program, and full Never Dies. And there are a lot of radio stations in Monterrey or in Mexico that they want music. Before in the morning, they told me, "Hey, do you want to do a set for this program for some famous radio station in Mexico?" I can talk to them. Hey, the same set, put it. It's another audience. Because there's a lot of people that loves.
I think the old full-on is really the main thing in Mexico. Always was. I mean, that was the energy that they like in Mexico. Because I used to play like progressive or something like that, and you can see the crowd enjoys, but it's not really opening. And then when you go back to the full-on, it was completely different vibe.
Yeah, you see my playlist from the gym. I have like Tokyo Tel Aviv, Voices from Heaven, Into the Sun, a lot of Sesto tracks, like that track. This is The Beach from Contact. From ANANDOSE, I make a remix for Jumper, and I play it in Brazil with the guitar and everything. Yeah, I listen to a lot of full-on, like when I'm training, like Interest tracks and Enduro tracks and a lot of automatic tracks and Save the Robot, and I have a lot of old music like put it like in my play because it's what I like to listen. Like, I feel about the energy, like running or doing whatever. And sometimes people is like, what is that? It's like, this is the history of trance. Right now you listen, I know right now it's Anima and it sounds killer, but
it's techno.
It's like techno, melodic techno. And it's very good production, very good and everything. Sure. But I miss like the history.
It's too slow.
Yeah. Besides the history of it, like right now, if you do a track, it's like 40 channels, and back in the old days, it was like, no, 150, 200
Yeah,
channels.
it was very, very full on. You know, everything was on. The melodies was always with the beat and not played and then go clean, just kick and bass. It was different.
Yeah, and you need to do a lot of effort, because if you don't, you started with some history and then you put another melody and then you drop in another melody. You cannot repeat it. You repeat it, people will kill you. So you need to do like a different propositions, like and the last one has to be the most killer melody to explore the track, and what the people remembers it. And then you finish the melody and then you put that like a transition before the drop down so the DJ can mix it. That was also pretty killer. So yeah, it was a lot of effort and a lot of work. I'm not telling you the right up, no, but if you make like the old trance or full on, right now it's like, yeah, I just need to do one or two, like it was a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But things are changing, but yeah, like I told you, there's a lot of people that appreciate the full on and vivo full on, and I think it's going back, and I can bet like this year, 2024, a lot of festivals are coming, so yeah, you're on the right time to,
that's great.
To go back.
That's great, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward for that year.
And are you thinking to make like a new track with Ananda or something like that? I think that would be killer.
Maybe we need to.
They keep making music.
They do, but I haven't heard anything new for a while. Yeah, I think it's only when they have time or the right mood to do it, you know. But it's great that people appreciate stuff that we used to do, and we keep getting recognition on it, you know, on that work, a piece of time that we did a lot of music and make people happy. So we still get credit for that time in our lives to make music, you know.
Yeah, sure. And right now you don't need to make an album. You can make a single like every 2 months. Like the album is once a month, but it's complex. But every 2 months, and you can keep like present.
And you can keep you know, promoting even the old tracks, you know, because there's new generation who didn't listen to this music, you know. It's new for him. Maybe old for people who knows it, but it's new for new ears, you know.
And then, for example, for Sundose tracks, what is that track that like very special? Or you will recommend to the audience too? If you want to listen to Sundose, I recommend this track.
I think everybody knows Nisha. This one was my favorite. It's actually maybe was my third release. It's a really old track, like it's from 2006, and it's still, when I play it, you feel like people really get connected to that. But there's many tracks from the last 5 years. There's a track called The Bright Side, which I really like, very spiritual, lots of melodies and flute and a lot of elements. Yeah, there's countless tracks. I start playing loud and clear the riff that I did for Vibe Tribe a long time ago. I started playing it even in the new set because it sounds pretty relevant, even if that track was from 2008. It still sound really relevant, and you have like really pumpy sound. So I come back playing that, even if the set is not full on, I still play that track because it can play even in lower BPM. So this is one of my favorites. Yeah, I hope people will explore more than the favorite tracks. You know, I have a lot of tracks out there.
Yeah. But I ask this question because sometimes people that they are like fans of the program and like to learn history, it's always easier. Like, hey, I recommend this track, like, and because if they go to Sundose, it's like, okay, which one? And I think it's an easier job. Like, listen to this and to this and to this, and then they will listen to it. Oh, let's kill it. And some people will continue listen more. They can make fun. Yeah, because I feel very happy when sometimes I interview some DJ or producer, and I see in the comments that I didn't knew these guys, but now I follow them and I listen to their music.
Yeah.
So right now I say, okay, let's like recommend a track. Yeah, because same as you, I have been in this business a lot of time, and I have a lot of tracks. But I can say, no, maybe the remix for Listen to Your Heart that was on the top of Spotify. If I don't play, people will kill me. But I have some tracks like I really like, and sometimes I'm impressed. Like sometimes I do a track and I don't think that it's going to be like very good.
Yeah.
And next week, like 50,000 plays. Like what the fuck? Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Sometimes you think this track is going to be so killer and kill the dance floor, and you play and people like.
Fuck. It's experimental, you don't know, but usually when I had a sense of this track is good, then I did got the vibration, especially the old time in the old full one. But today it's really hard to know, because like we said earlier, people don't have time. They want to get to the point really fast, to the main. So if the track is not, very fast and it's too deep, sometimes you don't understand. I mean, I feel the track, but people are, just standing, waiting for something. So you never know. But I think even the tracks that makes people think or makes people go deeper, even if you don't see the dance floor like really crazy on fire, but it's still good. I mean, the lower BPM tracks are not, you won't see the crowd getting crazy, but they're still having fun. Still enjoying, So it's not always about dancing in dance floor. There's other aspects as well.
Yeah, I know that you have your proposition and your way of making music, but since everything has changed so much, have you made a track like built for this new generation? Like you do it like very confident yourself that you're going to do it for the new, or you are like, no, I will keep my art?
I think it's a combination of keeping my art and the stuff that I like to do and love to sample or take from, but also considering what generation we're gonna have in the dance floor, And I think what you can hear in the new tracks, they keep changing really fast. Like every 16 bars, something is going on, something is changing. But so this is a part of me that wants to stay with the crowd and not lose it, but still add some stuff that I like to bring to the table. More spiritual stuff.
Yeah, this is more technical, but I remember that you always keep. You can agree on me or not, that you keep like the drop with the change like at least 32 bars, and then you make a change.
Now it's 16.
Now it's 16.
Yeah. Used to be 32, now it's 16.
Yeah, so that was something that I was impressed, because I remember I recall open like old projects, and it was like 32 bars, and you keep like the synth and everything, and now people get like bored. Right now it's like 16 and change it, 16 and change it, 16 and change it. For not too very technical, but like every two laps is like 16 bars more or less, depending on the BPM. And before it was four laps. Yeah. So
it was different. But also you can connect to the feeling. Sometimes you wanna do only 16 and you hear it. Oh, it's too short. I think I need to add another 8. But then when you add another 8, it's a little bit too long. So you have to find the
you get out.
You have to get out of it, somehow.
That's something. At the beginning it was very hard to me, like to adapt to this, like 16 bars for intro, when sometimes it was 64 bars, and people love.
I love long intros only in the opening, but you only open with what track? The rest you cut it short.
Yeah, but I remember that like intro can be 64 bars, and it was legal.
It was legal,
And then you start like kicking the bass, 32 bars, and then the next 32 bars it was like the first melody and sub-sap, and then the drop. Then you go down in the 32 bars, and then explosion. It was so long, but guys.
Now 7 minutes is like. That's it.
No, it's a podcast.
You cannot go over 7 minutes. I mean, 5 minutes, it's okay. when 5 minutes back then was only like the main break that you do 5 minutes. It's a different time.
What is the longest track that you have?
I think the longest was in the one of my first was maybe 9 and something minutes. Lots of elements, but it was like 140 BPM. So considering it was slow and a lot of stuff that I wish to put in one track. I could have done like 3 tracks out of this one track.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And during your experimentation of the process of making music, besides doing PSYTRANCE and the project that you got with Mickey, but it was like more progressive, but it's still like 140 BPM, 130.
Yeah.
Have you done like low BPM or 120, 125?
Yeah, I did something recently, but I haven't even released it or anything like that, because I wasn't happy with the sound, with the production. But it's really good track. Like it's kind of like progressive trance, but in low BPM, 122, something like that. I'll send it over to you. You can listen to it.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, I'm thinking about doing some low BPM if I have time. You know, maybe 120, 122. I don't know if to call it techno or anything. It's just low trance.
Yeah, there's a lot of genres right now.
Yeah.
To identify. Yeah.
You don't have to put something in a box. Just do what you do.
Yeah, and sometimes when you launch it, like you want to make a new project, it's a pain in the ass. Like, what's the name?
The name, and then promoting everything from the beginning.
No, it's very tired. When I told some friends that I was doing the podcast, are you going to do everything? No, I'm going to launch it on the same channel. I don't care.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I don't imagine that like the podcast called After, the after party. It launches Sunday first time because people watch it after the party or before going to the party.
Yeah.
Or when they're like in the hangover on Sunday. But imagine doing another Instagram, another Facebook, another YouTube channel. So crazy.
Oh no, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, no, so
it's really the promoting is much more work than making music, much more, and also most of it's not something that you like. It's me, not you know. I don't know. Some other people likes to talk to the phone and video. I don't like it. You know, even when the promoter asks me, please do a confirmation video, I'm doing it like maybe 10 or 15 times. No, I didn't look good here. I'm trying to talk and I stop in the middle and fuck this, throw the, you know, I just don't like to see myself in a video and stuff like that. But it's something that I need to change because people like, you know, they like to see explosion. They like to see your authentic you know.
Yeah, the connection. Yeah, right now, if people want to see you, they can see you a full hour of samples talking about their history. And
yeah, that's fun. That's good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, for myself at the beginning, I was a little bit ashamed, like to take the phone and talk to the camera. And now, well, I'm used to that. At the beginning,
it's practice. You need to practice something, and then it becomes a habit.
Yeah. I started first with the guitar, and then like at the beginning, I was because people told me you should record yourself doing what you do. Because I do as a rehearsal, you can do that and people will like it. And then I started, and at the beginning I was so ashamed, like.
And if I play the guitar like you, I used to go with the guitar everywhere to buy a coffee, play a guitar, everything I used to do with the guitar, man. You play amazing. You just talk with the guitar. Don't talk, don't speak. Just talk with the guitar.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No, I really like playing, and I like the mix and the full on, and yeah, I'm the musician that went into the full on, and I'm so grateful because everybody like received me good. Like I was telling you, all the producers from Israel, like very like, hey, your family, we love what you do, and
yeah,
and I'm really grateful because a lot of you guys like teach me how to make music and how to. Back in the old days, you were like playing in Europe and everything. We talked to you, hey, we want to make a mix, and they say okay, and you give us like the music. And I remember Faders like giving a track, and Vibe Tribe and Fanatic, and everybody was so like so good, like, and that's something that we appreciate. And now I'm doing this project about a podcast and talk to you guys, and everybody's like yeah, for sure, let's talk.
Yeah, you're bringing back history. You know, it's fun. And PSYTRANCE is a small family, but we are all family. I mean, even people that you don't know personally, but you still know them. You still know how they are. You know, you still feel close to them, even if you don't really know them. You know, that's PSYTRANCE.
Yeah. I feel the connection. Yeah, for example, I have to put this with you. Well, you already met me like long ago, but I'm not a stranger. But I remember like the first time I go with Bonin, like I know his music, but I never talked to him. And after the podcast, we become like pretty good friends, and it was like killer. And also Cedric from Talamasca, I play with him, and typically like, hey, hello, my friend, and a picture and everything. And then we made the podcast, and then he was in my house, and we talked a lot, and it was like, oh, Peter, and I like doing this because people like comment or tell me like, hey, it's good what you're doing, because we're listening and learning about the artist. So something for experience, what would you recommend to a PSYTRANCE producer or a DJ that is starting, since you have a lot of experience?
I think maybe more believing in yourself, you know, believe in yourself, because it's really hard to be successful, especially because it's a small scene. It's not like you're gonna release something and if it's going to be a hit, you're gonna be rich out of it, or it takes time to be successful. And even when you're successful, you have to work hard every weekend. So I'm thinking, believe in yourself and be persistent, and don't let the hard time, bring you down. Because naturally there will be times that you're not going to play a lot, or you will feel like, I didn't cope with that well, because when I stopped getting gigs, I thought this is over for me. But it wasn't over. It was a time that it was exactly the time that I should have told myself, keep your head up high and make more music, maybe change your style, see what's going on. That's making music, be more connected to what's going on and not give up. So persistent and believing in yourself, yeah. And keep learning, sit down with people who know stuff and take whatever you can out of them, whatever they can teach you, sit with the best people who produce music, and you become one of them one day. So, yeah.
No, thank you for sharing those words. And how is your creative process? Like, you still use Cubase?
Yeah, Cubase is the main one.
And the moment of making a track, you first make like a melody, or you first make the kick and bass, you start with the intro, or you do like the full power and then you feel the track?
First I need like a main idea, because I don't feel like back then sometimes we just start a track building like kick and bass and loops and hats, and see how the rhythm, and start playing over the rhythm. So right now I'm having an idea. Maybe I can hear a song and think maybe I can sample something from that song, and this is the main idea. And then I'm building everything around that specific idea. If it's a vocal singing, or a sample, or maybe just a lead guitar or lead flute or something, and you just build around it. So I build a sketch with maybe take like 16 bars and build like a sketch, with the full power of the sketch, with the hi-hats and everything. And then I take everything to the back and start opening and start moving forward. It's not necessarily gonna stay the same as the sketch, but you got like something like a reference to go back to and take stuff out of it. But this isn't my way, this is how I work.
Yeah, and I ask you that because everybody has different ways, but I think that it helps a lot of people, because sometimes like, I don't know how to start. And in this program, some guys tell like, okay, I start with an intro and then I go back. I do the same as you, or like I have an idea right now I'm working in a flamenco track because I love guitar and I have not seen any salsa flamenco, so I started like.
I know one track, but it's old one.
Yeah, but at this moment I don't recall any any track and say okay, let's do something like that. And I start like with some flamenco guitars, and then I started like do like the full power, and then go back into the intro with some like chords and like.
Wow, I love the Spanish style.
Yeah. I have a friend from Spain. He made techno flamenco, and it was very good. But it's like melody and then just the kick and bass, like clean. But I want to do like the PSYTRANCE way. Like you can keep like the melody with the kick and bass and the shakes and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm working on a track, for example, but I started with like how it was going to be like the full power, and then I go back. And it takes time because it's complex, because it's Spain guitar and it's different, and it will take time. But what Bonin told me is like great music takes months or years. So
yeah, it takes me a lot of time to finish a track, especially one of the main issues when making music. You have to making the track. You have to listen to the track again and again and again, and then at one point you can't really listen to the track anymore. It's like, oh man, I'm done. It's not. I don't feel anything. But you don't feel anything because you listen to it like 200 times. So you need a break from the tracks, take a break for a week, month or something, and then go back. And things feel different. Then you know if it's a good track or not.
yeah, I do that.
I have a lot of stuff in my archive that I just left it, I left it in the computer, and when I bring a friend or someone to listen, he said, wow, it's a really good track. Why you don't do anything with them? So because I cannot even listen to that track anymore. I'm fed up. I cannot listen to that track anymore. Cannot sit over. So yeah, you need to take breaks sometimes from what you're doing.
Yeah, I do that. I do like I try, and then when I think it's almost ready, I send it for feedback to a lot of producers. Like I always say, honest guys. Like you can tell me it's a piece of shit. Yeah, and I have some friends that they told me like. Shit.
That's good. You need to take criticism. I think one of there's other part of you that not it's me, and a lot of artists also feel that way when you make something good. I mean, you have really good track, you have really good vibe, you feel the track, but you're really scared of finishing the track, and when you're gonna send it over or play it in some other studio, it will sound bad. And you will lose that euphoric feeling that you feel from the track, because it's your track, it's your baby. So sometimes you're also afraid of doing that, so you keep the track for you.
Yeah, but you need to. I think you need to be open to feedback, and it's always to getting you better. Yeah, at the beginning I took it like hard feelings, like I feel so bad that people is telling me that. But I think it makes you a better person. Like, I think it's good to get feedback, but also a recommendation. Like, not is shit. It's like it doesn't sound good, but you can improve this, or maybe you're having the hi-hats too hard, or do some compression, or check the frequencies. They are like one over another. It's like I recommend you to do it, or read this to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I prefer that just a shit, and I send it to people, and they give me feedback like after a week, and they tell me, okay, this sounds good, or this doesn't sound good, and everything.
Yeah.
I rest my ears a little bit, and then on the weekend again I go back into the track, and then I do like all the corrections, and I listen and I say, okay, sounds good, still good, and then another feedback, and then I do the launch.
Also, not give up to yourself. I mean, a lot of time you get a sense that this part is not good, but you don't feel like changing anything, because you already worked on that part so long that you feel like, okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. But when you do the change, you start loving the track even more, because you invested so much in it. That's also a recommendation for me, because if you don't feel something is good in the track, don't just release it. Try to change. Try to change the rhythm, change something, make it shorter, make it longer, whatever makes it feel better.
Yeah, and you really leave it as a short break and everything.
Or sometimes you can just send to somebody and say, hey, listen, let's try to make this track with me. I mean, I'm a little tired of that track. Maybe you have a better idea. Let's co-create. It's also something you can do.
Yeah. So like arrangements are good. Like, yeah. I remember you ANANDOSE was like full melody, inspiration, killer tracks.
Yeah. Leo, the other guy from Ananda, he was really mastering doing melodies. It was like, Leo, I want this melody. Can you do this? You can just sing it to them. I want you to play that melody, and you sing to them, and it was like in a second. Okay, you got it. It was a genius.
Yeah, she stopped like making music.
Now he's making music, but not really promoting it too much.
Yeah. I remember his leads and his composition. Wow.
Yeah, but very talented.
Yeah, very, very, very talented guy to play. Yeah, me as a guitar player, I listen to the melodies and how he structured and all the feeling and the vibe and everything. It's like, wow, this was amazing.
Yeah. Very musical.
Yeah, and it's very complex. Right now I'm studying like more like harmony, and it's personal brain. Like it's too many math, too many. Like I'm trying to work. Like at the beginning, as a guitar player, I started with techniques and to play fast and clean. And right now I am on the trying to make the guitar talk. Like, okay, a little bit of melody, not too much balagan, and then you put a little bit of velocity, and then you stop down again. Like more feeling, like the guys I'm going to see today, like they have the technique and they can play fucking very fast. But no, I want like do the fast, but also the vibe and the melody and. But you need to read and need to be like wise.
Yeah, but actually the best for me, the best guitarist wasn't fast or something out of this world. They was just felt. They had this feeling, had this touch like David Gilmour. He wasn't like a fast guitarist, but he knew where to put the touch, the notes, everything was, and he opens your heart. Eric Clapton also wasn't like a fast guitarist. He was just feeling, like he bring you that feeling that nobody can do it. Spanish guitarists are very fast, very out of this world, but it's different kind of techniques.
Yeah, but good feeling. Yeah. I think that it's like also when you start with music at the beginning, you want the balagan and you want 145 or go to high tech, you want but then. You're like, okay, I know how to do that. Now do a mix, like keep the full power, some pads, melody. Yeah, because that is what takes you more time or what drains your brain. Like do the composition and do the melody. Do the kick and the bass, the notes, what notes are compatible with, and already the compression and the sidechain and how to do it, and the structure to do triplets or go full on and whatever. But what it takes, like all the energy, is like, okay, this is the pads, this is the chord, this is the melody, this is the salsa we're going to use. That is what the heart.
But if you got good foundations, you're gonna have a good track. I mean, if you have a good bass line, good kick, and the hi-hats and the rhythm is really fast and pumpy, then all you need to do is just think about the story that you want to tell, because you have the beat, everything is running really good. So working on the foundation is also important.
Oh yeah, because you need the kick and the bass, but at least me personally, what it takes a lot of time is like do like all the melodic stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
It takes a lot of time, and you get desperate, like, oh, it doesn't sound good. Okay, maybe tomorrow.
So you have to, take a break. Take a break.
Maybe tomorrow's going to do a better day. Sure. Oh well, no, this chat is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your experience and
thank you for inviting me.
All your career and lots of success with going back into music. As soon as you launch the track, I'm going to talk to everybody. I'd like to share it and social media and. You will have my real band, the guitar, like I will do my best.
I love
that. And what I'm going to tell you, Abby, is that it's going to. I typically launch on Saturdays, And yeah, don't stop the music. You have killer tracks and.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
And yeah, what is your social media where people can follow you?
It's Sundose on Instagram. I can't remember what's the name exactly. Just look for Sundose. There's only one Sundose in Instagram, so it's very easy to find it. And Facebook is my personal one, and I have the Sundose page. You can find it. Just click Sundose and you'll find it easy.
Okay. Yeah, I will put that links on the.
Sure, I'll get it over to you.
Yeah. For Instagram. Yeah, when in Instagram I will talk to you and people will go directly. Facebook also, the podcast will go directly. And in YouTube I will put the both of them. Yeah, but well, this podcast more people listen to on Facebook, so.
Sounds good. Sounds great.
No, thank you very much. And okay, let me switch to Spanish to close the podcast. Bueno, a todos los que vieron o escucharon este podcast, sigan a Sundose en todas sus redes sociales. Aquí les dejo la liga como siempre. Saben que pueden seguirlo por Instagram, por Facebook. Instagram es donde el proceso está más activo. Y pues bueno, sigan apoyando este proyecto para que sigamos teniendo invitados tan importantes y tan grandes como Sundose en el Fulham. Y pues bueno, muchas gracias por su apoyo, los quiero mucho y nos vemos en el próximo capítulo. Hasta luego.